That's what your people believe in. You believe that you are contract lords and that people are not allowed to violate contracts or you will ruin them for years. You fire someone and you effectively stalk and harass them for years after. I'm here to let you know that I'm done with it. I am done with it. This one is so fully off of the mother effing plantation. Truly, Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on.
Something changed today, not gradually, not rhetorically, viscerally. What Candace Owens did today wasn't just another provocation or controversy. It wasn't clumsy phrasing. It wasn't just criticism. It was open hostility. It was personal contempt and ideological hate aimed directly at Ben Shapiro and by extension at Jews as a group. And once you hear it, I mean really hear it, you realize something important. She crossed a line today that she can never uncross. Before I explain anything else, I want to be clear about why that opening matters. Not just what she said, but how she said it. That wasn't debate. That wasn't sharp disagreement. That was contempt.
That's what you're doing. You're sitting against everything that Charlie believed in because you weren't his friend. He didn't like you for that very reason. I look at you and I just think you are such a little worm. I could see you right now, probably. What can we get out to her? We're going to sue her into bankruptcy again, right? Sue her for every infraction, every word that I don't like, and every time my feelings are hurt.
That's the tell. That wasn't policy. That wasn't analysis. That was someone speaking with bitterness, mockery, and smallness. When someone stops arguing ideas and starts sneering at a person, they're not trying to persuade you anymore. They're trying to punish.
And to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name.
You don't have to agree with Ben Shapiro. You can criticize him all day long. But what you just saw explains something important. This did not justify what Candace did. It triggered it. And what comes next matters.
The rest of the world can't stand you. You're obnoxious. You have absolutely no values that exist outside of the Talmud. You describe yourself as a Talmudic Jew, and I've learned what's in that Talmud, and I encourage other people at home to learn what is in that Talmud so that you know what Ben thinks of you. Because he doesn't just hate me, he hates you too, white men. He hates all black people, okay? If he's following the rules of the Talmud, I mean, when I say hates, they think that we're animals, that they have a right to own us, that they have a right to make us worship them, that they have a right to lie to us, that they have a right to sue us and take everything that we have, that they have a right to deceive us, that they have a right to treat Charlie the way that he treated Charlie while he was alive.
This is where the line is crossed. Holding up or invoking materials like this is not scholarship. It isn't critique. It's signaling. It takes a personal vendetta and places it inside a historical framework of anti-Semitic conspiracy, where Jews are portrayed as deceitful, corrupt, and secretly controlling society. That's not debate. That's ideology. And that book goes back to 1857, I believe, and has been understood to be anti-Semitic.
Of slavery, because that wasn't exactly a white men sport, okay? Jewish people were the ones that were trading us. Jewish people were in control of the slave trade.
Let me be very clear about what you just heard. She made the claim that Jews ran the slave trade in America. That claim is false. It is a long-standing anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that had been repeatedly debunked by serious historians. But notice what matters here. Not just that she said something untrue, but that she said it confidently, collectively, and as an accusation. She had no problem saying it. She had no problem saying those people, his people, the Jews. So what happened? She's been increasingly isolated. She was not invited to the TPUSA event this past weekend, even though Ben Shapiro was there. For someone whose brand is relevance, influence, and defiance, that kind of exclusion matters. It stings. And when people like this feel sidelined, they don't reflect, they escalate. Today was not spontaneous. It was the pressure valve breaking. And this is why today matters. You can apologize for bad wording. You can walk back a policy stance. You can even survive being wrong. But you cannot undo revealing ideological alignment, broadcasting contempt, letting the mask slip this far. And yes, as far as I'm concerned, I would like today to be the beginning of the end of her influence. I want her credibility exposed for what it is. I want her standing to collapse under the weight of her own words. And I want her ability to monetize hate to dry up as fast as possible. Not because I dislike her, and I do, but because this is the consequence of crossing this line. I have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism. No excuses, no euphemisms, no rehabilitation to her, period. I hope you found today's video informative. It's certainly not a fun subject, and it's a pretty horrific thing that we see Candace doing. And it's sad, and it's pathetic, and it's dangerous. And I wanted to call her out as quickly as we could. Please like and subscribe to my channel, like these videos, and help me grow. I really appreciate it. I have a bunch of videos in the works right now that will be coming out over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview. The first one I have coming out is on anti-Semitism. It's not the typical anti-Semitism video of what is anti-Semitism, but more about why it exploded this time, why it was so fast, what's the impact of social media and the new media, and do we have any controls or lack of controls? And I'm going to do a sort of deep dive along those lines. Next one I'm going to do, this is not in order. I have planned a video about Tucker Carlson and how he deceives everybody and manipulates everybody, and more about his processes of his manipulation than about the actual manipulation that we hear all the time. Taking you through when he uses this word or these phrases and tries to convert your thinking from A to B. Anyway, so I'm going to do a deep dive on that one. And then lastly, I'm doing one on trans. As we know, and I put out a video the other day, that Donald Trump and RFK Jr. are planning on shutting down all trans medicalization for kids under 18. No matter whether you're a blue state or a red state, by taking away funding, which personally I think is fantastic, because I think that what they're doing to kids is terrible. And I will go through the whole thing there and why I'm against it. Even as a gay man, I'm very against it. And I think that the ideology is dangerous and it hurts kids. Anyway, that's a preview of a few of the videos coming up. Please tell your friends about it. And I hope I'm getting a little bit better with my videos. And we will see you in the next couple of ones. Thank you very much for joining me today.